Alright, what up though, fam? I'm gonna go ahead and hop into this Romans and Brazil thing. Hopefully you're gonna check out my video, Romans and Brazil Journey, 1st and 2nd Century. Just trip with me. Check that video out before or after you view this video. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and hop straight to this. It's potent. I'm telling you. When the Romans sacked Jerusalem in 70 AD, these people are already here. Alright, so check this out. Romans in Brazil during the 2nd, 3rd century. Romans in Brazil during the 2nd or 3rd century. Ex-Marine and underwater explorer, archaeologist, treasure hunter Robert Marks states rather flatly, amongst my most notable discoveries was that of a 2nd century BC Roman shipwreck in the Bay of Guanabara near Rio de Janeiro. This is a discovery that has received little to no examination, much less validation from the realm of a mainstream archaeology, no doubt in part because Marx is not a PhD archaeologist. Scouring the web for more information about this finding, I did not find a reference to the discovery in an article from Dr. Elizabeth Lightingwell, an expert on Roman amphoras, clay vessels used to store and ship goods during the Roman era. This is potent. Just kind of stick to this a little bit. Dr. Will apparently has a piece of an amphora recovered from Marx's Brazil discovery of it. She says, and the amphora is the clay vessels. She says the highly publicized amphoras Robert Marx found in the ship are in fact similar in shape to jars produced in kilns at Kos on the west coast of Morocco. Trip this out. The Rio jars look to be late versions of those jars, perhaps datable to the 3rd century AD. I have a large piece of one of the Rio jars, but no labs. I have consulted any clays similar in composition. So the edges of the earth for Rome, beyond India and Scotland and Eastern Europe, remain shrouded in mystery. Information about this find is practically non-existent. Hopefully you go and check out my Romans and Brazil video. Gary Fritz's synopsis of the whole story suggests that the find has been suppressed by the Brazilian government, which it has, and I'm going to bring that out in a few more reads. I only got this last paragraph, but I suggest you go and check out the video. At the time, the amphorae were confirmed to be Roman. The large Italian faction in Brazil were extremely excited about this news. The Italian ambassador to Brazil notified the Brazilian government that since the Romans were the first to discover Brazil, then all the Italian immigrants should be granted immediate citizenship. This is see why we got to resubjugate these people. True. There are a large number of Italian immigrants in Brazil, and the government has created a tedious and costly citizenship application procedure for Italians that does not apply to Portuguese immigrants. So, two different application procedures for Italian and Portuguese. True. The Brazilian government will not give in, and the Italians in Brazil staged demonstrations. In response, the Brazilian government ordered all civilians off the recovery project and censored further news about the wreck, hoping to diffuse the civil unrest. Finally, I've also seen mention of the following written books, which I've yet to dig up. Marx R.F. 1984, Romans in Rio, that's a book. C. Santarelli A. Mondo Somerso, okay, that's a book. The Romans in Rio book is not among the works of Robert Marx as listed at Amazon. Okay, so I just want you to check out a few of these. I want to bruise through these, right? Just check this out. You can pause it and check it out right quick. But I'm gonna get to a point, and all this stuff is up here is potent. But I wanted to really get to something. All right. Oh, check this out also. A tribe of white, mostly blonde-haired, blue-eyed Indians have been found in the remote region of the Amazon jungle. Could these be the descendants of the shipwrecked sailors of the Zaru wreck? The DNA analysis of these Indians will surely bring some interesting facts to light. So there's white people that been in the jungles that came to Brazil and got conquered. Now, Trip, I want you to check something out right quick. Ramones in Brazil, and I'm gonna let you know something. My name is Roman Da. So it's Roman Da. And I'm only telling you this because from my information, um, we, which I am Seminole Indian. I have a Spanish first, last name. My father has one, grandfather has one. A lot of people I know in this city have a lot of Hispanic names. And to keep it real with you, I look like what you would call an Indian or a Mexican. I look like both and a Negro. I look crazy. That's what I'm saying. But this guy right here, Blam, said this reminds me of a fiction book, Treasure, by Clive Cussler. All right, by Clive Cussler. All right. I'm gonna put this description in the link. You can check all of it out. But this is the book Treasure by Clive Cussler, a novel. Treasure is an action adventure novel by Clive Cussler. This is a ninth book featuring author's primary protagonist, Dirk Pitt. All right, check this out. This is the plot summary of the book. What the person brought out in the page that I just read from. Check this out. The book starts with a historical prologue in which Julius Venator, a Roman, along with a group of Roman soldiers and slaves, and those pots. Well, I'm gonna keep going. Sail in a fleet of ships ferrying the treasures from the Library of Alexandria. The Library of Alexandria is nothing but Egyptian um, uh, records and secrets and all of that. But before its destruction to a secret location to be buried in underground caverns, after the treasures are buried, the people, the Roman soldiers, and slaves are all slaughtered by the natives. While one small ship manages to get away, they never reach land, and the secret of the treasure is lost. The, that sounds like Montezuma's gold. Let me keep going. The story then shifts to an envoy of the U.S. president having a secret meeting with a would-be Aztec dictator. I didn't know Aztecs were still known or even said why they were U.S. presidents. But that's why it's crazy. It's a novel book, but you see where it's going. His name is Top Pilitzin. He kills the envoy and sends his skin and heart back to the president. Um, that's the point I wanted to get with that. Hold on. All right, so I'm back. So, like I say, hopefully you're going to check out my Romans in Brazil journey, first, second century um, video. Hopefully you're going to check it out. What I'm going to do is, this is the New York Times Science, and what I'm also going to bring out, which is dealing with the underwater exploring that's banned in Brazil because of the Roman pottery that they found. Also, the New York Times, The World, Rio artifacts may indicate Roman visit. I'm going to try to make this short, so I'm going to go ahead and hop straight into this. By Maurice Marley Simmons, published June 25th, 1985. Okay, so Rio de Janeiro, a dispute between the Brazilian Navy and the American Marine archaeologists has led Brazil to bar the diver from entering the country and to place a ban on all underwater exploration. And I just read that the Italians are Romans. All right, all those same people that were mixed with the so-called Moors, if you want to say, or so-called melanated Negro people. Um, all right, the dispute involves Robert Marks, a Florida author and treasure hunter, who asserts that the Brazilian Navy dumped a thick layer of silt on the remains of a Roman vessel that he discovered inside Rio de Janeiro's bay. And I brought out in one of my videos that Rio de Janeiro means River of January. So we don't know if that's dealing with Janus, the Roman whatever. But let me continue. The reason he gave for the Navy's action was that proof of a Roman presence will require Brazil to rewrite its recorded history, which has the Portuguese navigator Pedro Alvares Cabral discovering the country in 1500. So the Portuguese discovered it in 1500, and they say the Romans discovered it in the first, second century or 3rd century AD. But check this out. The Brazilian Navy has denied that it covered up the site and has in turn charged Mr. Marks with contraband of objects recovered from other wrecks in this country. Because of this, Navy officials said the government had issued an order to prohibit him from entering Brazil. So they basically blocking this man from doing any further research in this. All right. So to substantiate these charges, the Brazilian officials showed a catalog of an auction held in Amsterdam in 1983, in which they said, "Hold on, let me continue." In which they said gold coins, instruments, and artifacts removed from shipwrecks in Brazil were offered for sale on behalf of Mr. Marks and his associates. The officials said many of these objects had not been reported on the divers' inventory, contrary to an agreement with Mr. Marks. All right, so I want to more than likely I gave you this. I'm gonna bring it out, man. All right, don't bother me. I don't know what this is the title of. Several attempts to give Mr. Marks the opportunity to respond to these charges were unsuccessful. One phone call ended abruptly when Mr. Marks said, "Don't bother me," and then hung up. All other permits for underwater exploration and digging a prolific field in Brazil have been canceled as a result of the Marks controversy, and none will be issued until Congress passes new legislation. Navy officials said although the decision was taken a year ago, it was not publicized and only became known as a result of a new inquiries into the Marks case. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on right quick. All right, I'm sorry about that, fam. I made a new enemy yesterday, and I have to stay vigilant. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop to the real artifacts may indicate Roman visit. All right, this was made. This was public, and it's by Walter Sullivan, published October 10th, 1982. Artifacts found in a bay near Rio de Janeiro may mark the wreck of a Roman ship that could have reached Brazil 17 centuries before the Portuguese adventurers discovered the region. According to a leading underwater archaeologist, a large accumulation of amphoras or tall jars of the type carried by Roman ships in the 2nd century BC has been found in Guanabara Bay, 15 miles from the Rio de Janeiro, according to the archaeologist Robert Marks. So this is New York Times The World. The last one was New York Times Science. So just so you see, I'm gonna put this in the link in the description also, but I would just want to show you a few things and talk with you. But hold on right quick. All right, so fam, this is the search. What I typed in the search engine, Romans in Brazil. I just wanted to show you the pottery or amphorae that I spoke about. Okay, this is in a certain information that I brought out. I just wanted to show you it. This is the New York Times, just so you're able to see it. It's only showing the pots. It's not showing the instruments, the gold, and everything else. All right. So hopefully I can find it right quick. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this and bring it to you. All right. So I found the site showing you the certain things, but before I do that, I wanted to show you this, just to show you that there is Hebrew connection with all of this. Phoenicians in Brazil also. I may bring that out in the next video, that certain site. But yeah, Roman vases in Brazil, Ancient Hebrew Research Center. So from last time I checked, which was about a couple months, which was about a couple months ago, this site wasn't even up, and it was actually deleted. But we're gonna check and see right quick. Okay, last time it didn't show. But this is a description. In 1982, an underwater archaeologist discovered a load of a 3rd century Roman vases in the harbor of Rio de Janeiro. A little more digging around led to the discovery of 2 rotting Roman-style ships, which were then promptly buried with sand by the Brazilian government. So, okay, I guess it's the Inca stones of Peru. We say Ica. The London hammer, iron. Sorry, I'm real vigilant. My senses and nerves are really heightened, man. But let me continue. Brass bell figurines, Nampa doll, the Jupiter stones, Roman statues in Mexico, Roman coins in Ohio, Roman vases in Brazil. I'm gonna bring that out in the next video with the Phoenicians in Brazil. But this is the vases you're seeing. Also in the article, the man found coins, instrument, and everything else. He must have kept most of it hidden, but or sold most of it, or did his thing. But I'm gonna keep this up because I didn't run into this. But these are the actual vases, vases. And to keep it real with you, these look like an Egyptian symbol for something. But this is the artifacts that was found by a buddy. Um, and I don't think I'm gonna put this link in the description, but I'm gonna X out of this, and I'm gonna put this link in the description. Hopefully, you can check it out. I'll be back at you with the video on the Phoenicians in Rome. Excuse me, the Phoenicians in Brazil, and this is all during the second. Excuse me, um, circa 100 BC to I believe it's 300 AD. So the Romans in Brazil or the Italians. Make no distinction between those two. Those spaghetti eating bastards are the same. Um, I'm gonna speak with you a little bit about this before I get out of here. But just so you know, if you don't, these people are not your friends. They never liked you. Friends in the hood, they will desert you. You can love them if you want to, but make sure you love them to death. Um, and please, if you're on this frequency, I'm speaking to you. If you are a regular Negro that want to be an ordinary Negro, I'm not speaking to you. Um, I'm speaking to extraordinary Negroes who view information and also are down to earth, mentally capable of being a Negro that wants to learn more, and also a down to earth person who is also in the streets, not somebody who is, excuse me, I won't say in the streets, but coming soon, me and my brothers made a video called Every Hood, Every Ghetto. It's called Boys in the Hood, but it's telling you about every Negro, everywhere you're born. We just dropped it. Go ahead and finish it, man. I'm gonna put that on here. But I'm gonna leave with that, man. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Out.